It's important to make the right decisions, like when to go for it on fourth down, or when to kick the field goal or go for the touchdown. It's also important to make the right insurance decisions too. That's why my office, Trey McAdams State Farm, is here to help you select the right protection at the right price. Our office will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect when the unexpected happens. With Trey McAdams State Farm, it's easy to make the right call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Proud sponsor of the Tennessee Vols.
The Lady Vols have captured its 12th straight win on the season, doing so by eclipsing the 100-point mark for the 6th time this year en route to a 114-50 win over Winthrop. But did they make the necessary improvements? Well, our head coach, Kim Caldwell, seems a little indifferent about it. I'm Paige Dower. This is the Field Pass on Full Disclosure. The three key takeaways following the win over Winthrop is Sara Puckett seems to have found her rhythm once again. The first bucket of the day was a triple try from the wing, and she sank it. It was nothing but net. She'd end the first quarter leading the team with 7 points and 6 rebounds in just 6 minutes of play. She'd finished the outing leading the team in scoring with 17 points, something we've not really seen so far this season. And Caldwell says she will be able to continue to build her confidence, especially when she watches it all back on film and she can see it, all of her buckets and tries and her efforts affecting the game, because when she's on, she makes this team so much better. Then to our second takeaway, and this is where Kim Caldwell is left indifferent, because in the one area where she really wanted to see meaningful improvement in rebounding, it did not happen in this game. They gave up 18 offensive rebounds to the Eagles, which she calls horrible. She emphasizes that once they get to SEC play and the height difference isn't as drastic, she's confident and sure that that 18 number will double once they get to SEC play, because they just are not, they get their hands on the ball, but they are not coming away with the ball. And she says if they cannot, continue to improve and meet that mark, she says that really will truly be the difference of the games, especially in January, where they have a number of top 10 opponents coming up, and it's just going to be a gauntlet of a schedule to start SEC play. And she says, maybe they're not going to believe me that that is the true area of concern for this team until it does impact the outcome of the game, and they do have a loss on the season, because so far this season they've been able to avoid it as they're 12-0 on the year. But one person who showed up to the dress rehearsal, like we talked about in the pregame report, was Kaniya Boyd. 15 points for a career high mark for the true freshman. She was a perfect 5 of 5 from the field, 1 of 1 from the three-point line, and it came late in the shot clock in the corner and just absolutely drilled the triple try. And I asked her after the game, I was like, how did that build your confidence? What was it like taking that shot? And she had a funny remark where she was like, oh yeah, when I saw that go in, I knew it was over. That remark kind of gave Kim Caldwell a little bit of a laugh. She made her first three, she knew it was over, and she's gonna make it through the rest of the way. Did you see that confidence in her as well?
I have seen the confidence from her all week. She honestly, since she got back from Christmas break, has looked like a different player, and so that to me has been really big.
Yeah, so Kaniya is undoubtedly a confident player, and maybe part of it too happened after this brief break that they had, about 4 days where they weren't playing basketball. They had a couple of days that they could be home with family, and she says, maybe even for a true freshman like Kaniya Boyd, maybe that rested more for her than she realized, but she's always had that confidence, and now it's translating onto the court in the form of points. The one last thing I want to note before we go is Jewel Spear made a point to say thank you to the Lady Vol fans that showed up today. Almost 11,152 Lady Vol fans were here inside Food City Center for a season best in attendance.
And I also want to shout out our crowd. We had a big crowd today. I think it was the largest of this season. So I just really want to give a shout out to them and just let them know we really do appreciate it and keep coming out.
We will be back later this week to talk all things Tennessee basketball, and then later for Lady Vol basketball as they open up SEC play. I'll talk to you guys later.